What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be recapping the UFC Fight Night Perth, Australia, Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates. I want to talk about that card, a couple of fights that went down on that card, as well as the massive fights that are going down this weekend. Sean Strickland versus Khamzat Chimaev. I'm so excited for this one, guys. Of course, I had to make a video about it. So, anyways, we're going to talk about these fights right now. Okay, guys, so here we go. Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates. You know, it was sad to watch, man. I picked Jack Della Maddalena, but it almost pisses me off because I almost literally called this shit perfectly. I was so 50-50 leading up until the fights, and I said, well, I'm going to pick Jack Della. I think his experience is going to carry him through this fight, and I don't think he's going to get finished. I was wrong about that. But what I did say is knees up the middle were going to be a big factor because Carlos has that height advantage. He has those vicious step-in knees. Jack is a boxer, so he primarily fights a bit lower to the ground. Vicious knees to the body, vicious combos. And Jack, his whole style is to use his hands, and Carlos had that much longer reach, and he had much more weapons as well. And he's able to put on a absolutely fantastic performance, and he got the TKO against Jack Della Maddalena. He really didn't have much of a chance. I think Carlos won the first 2 rounds very clearly, really damaged him in the second, and then he got him out of there in the 3rd round. Couple more things let's touch on this card. Quillan Salkeld survives the grappling onslaught from Beneil Dariush in the 1st round. He stuffs all the takedowns, knocks him out. Picked that one right as well. I got a lot of picks right on this card. He went 7-3, so pretty decent on predictions. Steve Erceg with a good win. Rahiki got a good win. Brando Pericic, TKO win against Shamil Dablav Gaziv. And Tai Tuivasa, man, what is that, 7 in a row? Terrible. You hate to see it. Hate to see it, man. But yeah, it was overall a good card. I mean, you got Cam Rouston, good performance win. Junior Tafa win. Jacob Malkoon, Kobe Thickness, Wes Schultz. I guess he's like one of the worst strikers, I think, in the UFC, but gets a submission win. And Jonathan Mikulev, I like him as a prospect, and Cody Steele. So yeah, it was good stuff for UFC Perth. Guys, this weekend, who isn't excited for this fight? Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. And yeah, Chimaev is a big favorite. It says -575 on here. Damn, I don't think he deserves to be that big of a favorite, but I mean, the safe pick is to go with Chimaev to win this fight. Listen, I hope we get a performance where Sean, gets taken down early, but it's tough to hold down, keeps getting up, and then he eventually starts stuffing the takedown, start using his hands, and just boxes the head off Chimaev. That would be a cinema, but I doubt we're going to see that, guys. I think Chimaev is too strong, and I don't think Chimaev at this stage in his career is going to be afraid of having a boring fight. This guy is willing to hold you down, wet blanket you, do very little damage, little tiny hammer fist punches, and just win rounds. And if he's willing to fight like that, and he's not willing to posture up and really try to get you with hard ground and pound, or try to look for submission and give you an opportunity to get back up to your feet, I think that he's just willing to kind of coast it out. And he's the best takedown artist in UFC history. I mean, nobody's able to stop his takedown. Strickland's got great takedown defense, but Chimaev is the best we've ever seen at it. So I'm going to go with Chimaev to win this fight, although I hope I'm wrong. Joshua Van, dude, I'm picking Joshua Van as an underdog. He's going to stuff the takedowns. He's got way better on the feet than Tatsuro Taira. He's going to outbox him, going to do some serious damage. I don't think he's going to get a TKO because Taira is durable, but I do see Joshua Van maybe getting taken down early, but similar to Strickland, kind of stuff the takedowns and start putting it on him. No, but seriously, I am picking Joshua Van in this fight. So we got Chimaev, Joshua Van, Volkov versus Waldo. Waldo is a good heavyweight, right? He's light on his feet, 4 big guy, but Volkov is like one of these elite level heavyweights where he's got serious height and reach, and he's also knows how to use it as well. And he was able to completely piece up Sergey Pavlovich from distance, and Pavlovich even though he's not the same since losing to Tom Aspinall, he's still elite enough of a heavyweight to beat Waldo Cortez Acosta over the distance. So if Waldo isn't able to get past Pavlovich, there's no way I think he's going to be able to get past Volkov. Sean Brady versus Buckley. Buckley, again, I think the Usman fight showed him a lot of things that he needed to work on, which is why I feel like he's taken so much time off from that Usman fight. He didn't take a ton of damage, but he really did get exposed in the grappling department. So I really feel like he's going to make some adjustments going into this fight. He better. I tell you what, if he gets taken down right away, live bet on Sean Brady. But going into this fight, I feel like I'm going to pick Joaquin Buckley. And then Bobby King Green versus Jeremy Stephens. We're going with Bobby Green. Fast hands, elusive head movement. Jeremy Stephens, he's just a bit of a blockhead, man. Just very strong in his stance. And I just feel like he's going to be punching air in this fight. And Bobby Green is going to probably get a decision victory. Atiba Gauthier by first round decapitation. Ooh, this is a tough one. We got Joel Alvarez at plus money, though, and I think we're going to take it. This guy that he's fighting came over from Bellator, and he got a win against Neil Magny in his debut. But Joel Alvarez is a different level than Neil Magny, so we're going with Joel Alvarez. Mateusz Rebecki versus Grant Dawson. I'm going with Rebecki. Yeah, I just think Grant Dawson is a bit... I don't mean to sound like a dick, but he's a bit soft, man. And Rebecki is going to just fight wild, throw caution to the wind. And Grant Dawson seems to struggle against guys who, are power punchers. Like, look at his last fight against Manuel Torres, where he got finished in the first round. And King Green also caught him as well. Those are just, I think there's only 2 losses, but those are the 2 that came to my head immediately. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Rebecki. Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon, another Unk versus Unk fight. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I would say I would agree with the odds. I would go with Jared Gordon. Jim Miller, he's too old, man. I mean, listen, against these guys who are making their UFC debuts completely unproven and not that great, Jim Miller can have a good performance against him and get him out of there and, destroy these guys in the apex. But Jared Gordon is a actually very good lightweight who's outside of the rankings. I mean, people forget, man. He gave Paddy Pimblett a real run for his money. In my opinion, he beat Paddy Pimblett, who, I'm not saying Paddy's some elite level lightweight, but Paddy's a good top 10 caliber lightweight contender. And Jared Gordon had good fights with him. He had a good fight with Nasrat Haqparast. He's had good fights with good fighters, so that's what I'm going to go with there. Anything notable? Oh, yeah, we got Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. Shit. That's a good fight, guys. Very 50-50. I might go with Kopylov as an underdog, even though Kopylov has lost his past couple fights. He lost to RoboCop, and he lost to Paulo Costa. Both of those losses have aged well. RoboCop, as we know, is a very big, very physical knockout artist at middleweight who is top 10 caliber, in my opinion. And Paulo Costa just knocked out, what's his name? Mirzakhanov, Azamat Mirzakhanov. So even though he's lost those fights, he's going up against really good fighters and having very tough fights with them. Marco Tulio got slimed out really bad in his last fight by, Christian Leroy Duncan. So, yeah, man, I like Tulio, and he's a power puncher for sure, but I just think the kicks, the versatility, I'm going to go with Roman Kopylov. I just think he's got more tools in his toolkit. Pat said it, Bettini, William Gomez, don't care about that. CHIMAEV back. He's going to destroy this guy. And, yeah, that's pretty much everything that's notable on this card. I'm really looking forward to UFC 328, and I know you guys are going to be watching, so after the event wraps up, we'll recap it, discuss that, and then talk about the fights coming up next week as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, what are you doing? Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.